Hi, Sam Burke, Corporate Chef for Meat and Livestock Australia. Welcome to our Producer to Plate series. It's about creativity, inspiration and education for commercial food service. We've brought the leading executive food development managers and executive chefs right to the source to learn about the love that goes into this product, to learn about what the producer does, and then take that inspiration and develop a dish that's applicable to their business that will inspire others. Welcome to the Producer to Plate series.
Thanks for having me on your farm today, mate. I really appreciate it. You know, we've got 6,000 residents around the country who love nothing more than Australian lamb. You know, our residents are all in their 90s. They grew up on lamb, and that it is the protein that they love the most on their menu. So thank you so much for having me here today.
No, thanks for coming. Thanks for visiting.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to learning, I suppose, from you about what makes fantastic lamb and how you farm the sheep to make sure that, you know, what ends up on the plate is fantastic. So could you tell us or tell me a little bit about what you're doing in that regard?
Yeah, well, I guess the genetics for these particular sheep that are behind us, these Merinos, goes back 130 years. So to get to where we are today, started many generations before us in getting the genetics right to have a good product at the end of the day. For us to land a piece of good quality lamb on your kitchen table, it's about 2 years in the making to get that particular product.
Tell me a bit about the feed. How do you, what do you do that makes that happen?
Yeah, I guess it...
For a layman like me.
Yeah, it happens with a great deal of difficulty, I suppose. It's a couple of different things around handling and treatment of the animals, but also their nutrition. This pasture here is an improved pasture, so it's like a mother having twins. Her nutrition needs to be bang on. So for these ewes, their nutrition is spot on, so then that flows through to the lamb. So they basically don't have any breaks in there. We call it a plane of nutrition where they're growing constantly. So if we handle them quietly and with care, you can see these sheep are really quiet. And then they get good nutrition. We can put fat within the meat. We can put fat cover on top of the meat, and then get a good yield in the kitchen. Thinking of what you're saying about aged care, my grandmother, she's in her 90s and she's in an aged care facility up in Queensland. And but all her life she spent on a sheep and cattle station on the New England, so she grew up with this stuff and wants it. So when she's moved to the aged care facility, you know, it's a bit of home with her, because she no longer has her dogs and no longer has her livestock around her. But that sort of stuff brings back memories and, you know, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think you know, if I think about, you know, the two dishes that our residents say they want more than any other on our menu. It's the roast on a weekend, you know, that's a roast on a Sunday because that's what they've had their whole life, and it's lamb chops. You know, they absolutely love lamb chops. And you know, last night when I arrived, I saw some of the meat from your farm that we're going to be cooking up, and the lamb chops were just spectacular. You know, the colour, the vibrancy of the meat was fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to doing some work with those later on today over the fire, and seeing what we can do.
Well, mate, how good is this?
Oh, mate, this is spectacular. I mean, never go at this.
Unbelievable.
You know? Beautiful fire. We're back to cooking like it was meant to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What have we got today?
Hey, we've got some lamb rump. They've taken a little bit of inspiration from Charlie, and we talked through down there around how he farms his property. And I thought about this dish as something a little bit different for aged care, but something that will eat really well for our residents. So we've got some beautiful butterflied lamb rump, about 3 centimetres thick.
Yep.
We've got some sweet potato slices, which we're going to brush with a little bit of rosemary and some lemon juice and some olive oil. We're going to do some fire roasted baby peppers, and we're going to finish it off by sautéing some Brussels sprouts, some bacon, and we're going to finish it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese and some balsamic vinegar.
This lamb rump is bang on the right dish for your residents, because what I find is that, you know, elderly people, they love the traditional roast. A leg might be too big for them, so why not have a mini roast from a lamb rump? And you can get 2/3 per portion out of this. So you've been very smart in your choice and how you've related it back to your business.
Yeah, and Sam, I think it's a really, really good cut. You know, it's not that much more expensive on the plate as leg, but it gives us the opportunity to vary the flavour profile, because it'll have a lot more char than a traditional roast will have.
And also the degree of doneness.
Yeah.
So because you've got individual portions, you can dial
it up.
Medium rare, you can dial it up, you can dial it back, depending on the residents' taste.
Yeah, because look, we have some residents who love their lamb served at 63, and we've got other residents who like it really well done. So if we've got residents who like it really well done, we can accommodate that as well.
And the dish too, the Brussels sprouts, the bacon, the sweet potato, it reminds you of something that Grandma would have cooked me back in the day.
Yeah,
you know?
I love these little peppers too, Sam. I mean, they're going to be
outrageous,
beautiful and sweet.
Yeah,
something a little different. You know, we've got we've got it all there, I think.
indeed.
Sam, what a day!
Unbelievable. The food's turned out beautiful, Justin.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. I think we've got to get into this. So I'll get you to do the honours, Sammy. But I've got this beautiful knife here from Charlie, the producer, that his father actually. His father's a blacksmith, and his father made this knife for him as a gift. So I might get you to do the honours and carve into that beautiful lamb.
Mate, I'd love to do that, you know. And what better not than pay homage to the product, but, you know, Blomfield's lamb. So lamb rump, right, just quickly on this, we've done it for 2.5 to 3 minutes each side, and then we've rested it for half the amount of cook time.
Yep.
And the juices have come to the top, and the end result is just superb.
Yeah.
So, you know, as they say, don't do too much to it. You know, the product speaks for itself.